coming in.
Well, is it that time again?
But I'm not a druid, but
Starting to record once people.
I'm just tired of people, so more like that.
Well, there's the clerical.
Environmental.
There's the clerical nature domain.
But I'm magical, so I'm probably gonna pick up like sorcery or something. So
Okay, you gotta hit a
Cleric
like.
domain.
What? You gotta hit a like on the phone.
So Vecna suggested domain is now.
These are the different.
You guys ever heard of chess boxing?
Cleric.
I haven't.
Oh, it's awesome. I'll have to show you whenever we're done here.
There's also
Actually kind of intense.
domain.
What's it?
There's your like.
It's not in that book. It's in a different book.
Get it?
I did. Oh, nope, somebody else is liking it. Besides me and you.
Who?
What?
I don't know.
I just see 2 likes.
Oh, there's 3 on there.
Comment whoever is liking our video.
Go to the chat
What
room.
did the blood domain do?
You have 45 subscribers.
Who's out there? Who's out there?
Which one of you 45 is out there?
See, it says 2 watching. Oh, well, you're number 2.
So,
Oh,
so we just came in,
oh.
clicked off. So, join us in the chat room anyway. Why are you carrying yourself?
Isn't it great?
Tales from the Yawning portal. Man, I wish my braces would stop stabbing my lip.
You have your rubber band on?
Yeah, but that's not what's
That's
causing
not
it.
the issue.
It's just there's like a piece of metal sticking out here that's been sticking me the entire week,
I see.
and it's been annoying.
Well, you're going back to the ortho on Thursday. So make sure you tell them that.
So what's his channel divinity?
It's like
Hit
that.
spells,
When the
deal
pulse, like,
hacking.
again. It's like when I'm chewing, it just starts.
Your channel divinity
Grinding
is
up
an
there
ability
now.
that you have once in your day. It's just like
And now you just can't help but fiddle with it.
power.
Mhm. But it
Yeah.
hurts.
I understand.
Tales from the Yawning Portal is a collection of various other modules from other editions. It includes one that I'm very excited to play.
What's it called?
You'll find out.
Temple of Elemental.
That's what it's called. You'll find out.
It's right up there next to what is your name? My name is unimportant. Well, hello, unimportant.
My name is Phil. And then there's my name is Earl. That's it.
For the idea that you were coming
Everybody
with, you
loves
said
Brown.
that, like, you don't like
Whatever his name
Raymond.
coming
is.
into
Raven. I knew it was
Everybody loves
and
Brown.
messing with it. Nature domain.
You said hard. crusher.
Everybody hates Chris though.
Everybody hates Kate.
Nobody
Nobody hates me. I know lots of people that hate you. We got YouTubers that are like, I don't know who that guy on the right is, but he sucks.
Ow. Oh, use my Warforged arm.
Are you gonna buy yourself a Warforged figure?
Is there like a poison
Not
domain?
really. I plan on it.
There's nothing.
I mean, you have all the evil
There's
there.
the
I don't have any Warforged.
the grave.
Probably some kind of
See what
robotic
death-
creature. Well, why you gotta shut me down?
Because I know there's none. Rumpled snake.
Martial weapons rebirth.
How about that gray one there?
You can open it up for more luck.
When you cast an action,
I'm gonna need a key.
one creature this
Oh, you got it.
Two creatures.
Oh, right. Sync takes a little bit of effort to activate.
Challenge then you get that stuff at second level, so it's not.
You can turn the light on if
get
you
one
want.
away. But
What light?
The light that's right there in the middle of the room.
Well, what about this one? This one can pass as a robot from far away. It's just the gray coloring. It's definitely a guy.
History.
Oh, clearly.
Yeah, that could not.
Not from far away, maybe.
No.
If the legs were gray, I'm sure this one could pass. Yeah, take it. If the legs were gray, I think that one could pass.
I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah, I'm going to shade.
I think I wrote the blood domain.
Alright.
Where do I write blood?
I usually just write the domain above cleric, but blood domain.
I think that would work.
And Kyle, another thing that you need to do for your character is
you
write the
there's
modifiers
some-
in for all of your skills and save throws and stuff.
That's cool.
Which for most of them will be +1, but if you have proficiency in them, it'll be +3.
I can learn heavy armor.
What?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. All right, let's.
Alright, yep, that one will be my favorite.
So
In all of these little slots,
yeah,
you just write the modifier corresponding with your skill, but all of your modifiers are +1. So
so the ones that I have.
if you put a circle filled in, it's +3. If you don't, it's +1.
Seems pretty simple.
He's considered a creature,
He's a living conscience.
so I can't heal.
No, he just looked that up.
I think he said he can.
I can't.
Can't?
Because he's not considered a creature.
No, he just looked that up.
Everyone's a creature. Yeah. There's no subtype creature.
Well, at least I don't have any minuses.
Right. Yeah.
But that's kind of what I was going for, because I was like, well, I could take a minus on some throw, but I don't have anything outstanding to balance it, so
Would be the point.
I don't want to be the bumbling buffoon that oh. I'm an NPC just being played.
At the average Joe of D&D.
And that's okay. That's to start with. I'll take that. I have plans. I'm going to go back to Shell Home and I guess I shouldn't say anything until we meet.
So,
Can.
you can't control undead at all in 5th level? Or in 5th edition?
Necromancers can control undead. That's an ability that they have. I don't know about the blood domain. But
So there's a necromancy domain?
there's a wizard school of
okay.
necromancy.
If you want to play with one of the laser pointers, you can.
Yeah, I'm hoping you can.
We're not playing yet, so you want to annoy the cat. And he's distracted.
No, I'm listening to you.
Talking about Dan. Dale's like,
I saw that. Like,
you made
everyone,
right. It's like,
everyone over there is just like, it's
so what's this about controlling it?
Okay, so what's next?
Alright. Your initiative is your dexterity modifier. For your
Oh, you're done?
for those two, did you add those
Yes,
to
yes,
the
I added
rolls?
those.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
now you're starting to meet them, yeah.
And 11 is
I'll
plus
tell you what
0.
name I'm not going to pick for my character.
What?
So 11 and 0, or 11
You
and 12 is
silly.
0.
I'm not
Uh,
picking.
10 and 11 is 0.
If anyone
12 and
plays
13
Portal
is
and they nickname their character and they name their character Shelly, I immediately say it has an architect.
What if they call him Sheldon?
How about Shirley? Shirley can't be serious. Stop calling me Shirley.
What if they call him
14 and
Sheldon?
15 are plus 2.
That's better than Shelly, but still
And
not
17 is
not
plus
good.
3.
Then he'll die from a stroke.
Finally, you
You
got how to
can
breathe.
pick a background. Acolyte is usually.
Roll death magic 100 times. At disadvantage.
All I see is this paw reaching over the top. Like, hey, cat shark.
Alright. The backgrounds, there's a lot on here that I'm not using, but
Ah.
acolyte, charlatan, criminal, entertainer, folk hero,
Kind of poke his belly. He's like,
monster one. Some of them I do use, most of them. Haunted one really is a great one. Be good.
yeah,
If something messed up happened in your past.
Is that what one of the characters in your other game that you got on one? Is that
Yeah.
why you like someone?
Yeah. My friend Quizzle.
Ah, Quizzle. How is the old
Quizzle.
Quiz master these days?
Quizzle's doing good.
Is he good?
I'm running a game for his family and his stepdad
His
Tim.
family.
His
Damn.
family.
It's just 4 people: him, his brother, his mom, his stepdad.
Good.
That's
But,
weird.
Oh.
His
Can't the family that games together.
dies together.
Games together.
His
Now, unless they're
stepdad-
playing like
He's-
an actual board game, then they'll all start to hate each other by the end.
his stepdad was never like around. He would work a lot, so he didn't have time to make the character. And I just kind of asked him like, "Hey, give me a basic idea of what character you want, and I will make it." He was like, "All right, I want to like fight and stuff, and I also want to use magic." So I gave him the Blood Hunter class that Molly,
Yeah.
and
What's the mom play?
she is an Osmar cleric.
And there's a brother that do.
His brother's playing a sorcerer, and then my friend is playing a gnomish monk.
That's a lot of mages.
No monk. Nice.
But then
Chopping the meat.
the blood hunter that I made for him, I was like, I have to punish him somehow for making him make this character. So he has an intelligence of 7, and I gave him the haunted one background, which is basically like a bear came into his home one day and slaughtered his family in front of him and left him there. And also
That's classic.
he's an alcoholic,
Oh,
which
yeah,
is great because my friend Quizzle, his gnomish monk, is proficient with brewer's supplies.
Oh,
So he just makes alcohol and sells it to him.
Very nice.
you're destroying your party with
It's,
your habit.
it's so fun. Yeah, that's one of the flaws. I have an addiction. I chose an easy one, alcoholic. I could have said you're an opioid addict.
Whoa, look out. Cat does not
You're
like.
addicted to trying to see your own butthole on the lake.
He's gonna-
Because there's no mirrors around. So it's like, what is he doing? Just let him finish. At least he's clean.
There it is.
Look at it.
Okay.
Hello.
What'd you look at, man?
Hey there, old Jimmy.
I didn't even
What's up, buddy?
come up with this one, but he just decided that his character never fades, so he's just filthy.
Oh, yeah, that's no good.
And I'm like, yeah, man, I didn't even tell you to do that. You just chose it. Great time.
That's one heck of a flaw. He's the alcoholic that smells like blood.
That's one of those ones that I don't want to play. It's like, well, stretch your legs. No, I'm not taking that one. I don't care how many character points you give me. I'm not a stinky Pete.
Oh, stinky feet.
He only
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna take pro.
Oh, you do not like a share. You like get away from there. You don't want to be around there. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Alright, so I put a circle next to deception, so
Just didn't know what to do with that one.
that's what we know. How do I go back? To the other. Yeah. And then you write whatever your background is, right? What is insight? Insight is it's used to like see if someone's lying.
You okay, cat?
Is there one that gives me like insight, deception,
Now, my
insight, and
I do have a question. I don't have a question.
Cool.
That was a nice question.
How about bar traveler?
I'm gonna chop you.
Can't reach you from over there.
That's true. I have to wait till you're asleep. And creep in.
Well, I hear you coming up the stairs, probably. No, unless I slap you while you're asleep.
We fill in where it says saving throws. Should there be numbers there too?
Yeah.
What numbers are those?
It's the coordinating modifier to the skill. Yeah. So like your constitution saving throw would be your constitution modifier.
Just the constitution modifier. Okay.
Right. And then if you have the circle, you have the other two.
Okay.
This one seems fine. It just means you've come from landed far from where you are. So yeah, that would work fine. So when you get it, you add your proficiency bonus to it. So that's a +2.
Oh, here we go. Cat's about to fall off the chair. Here it goes. Oh, he discovered it.
It's in still.
You okay? What'd you get?
He's mad at the table.
Little bugs in here, and I don't know why they're here.
I don't know why.
Smelly key.
Why? No, it wasn't fleas.
Smelly key.
Oh, you mean those little? Is it a little black bug?
Yeah.
That might be getting in from outside. You do open your windows now, right?
Yeah.
So they couldn't get in from outside.
Yawning.
That's pretty simple right there.
It's like set of
Some of
dice.
those
set of playing
anti-like
cards,
bug
a
nets
chess
that are on the
set,
windows have some holes in them.
What is it?
Clark just commented.
Oh, yeah? What'd he say?
Yeah, let me
Set of playing cards for different poker.
What up,
or
Clark?
a chess set. So, language, anyone.
5Eing it.
Correct.
Man, my favorite part of the second edition campaign is where we all slaughtered Piper. I mean,
Don't listen to him. He's just feeling powerful now that he's the dungeon master.
Oh man, I watched this one little D&D story with like So it was my first D&D round. I created this edgelord character with a bad attitude and way too many belt buckles. So I introduce him. I come flying in from the sky. I hit the ground with a thunderous crash. It's like, well, so you guys hear a deafening smash into the ground, and you take 350 points of damage, and you die.
Oh.
And in this game, if you take more hit points of damage in one hit, then what? Then you have maximum hit points, then you die? How does that work? Because I know what death saving throws are for, but how many do you have to go past to not get a death saving throw?
If you instantaneously take more damage than your maximum amount of hit points, like if you're at 17 and your maximum is 32, you take enough damage to bring you down to 0 and you're negative 32, then you just die. But
So at first level, it's you have one hit from something big. It's like, oh,
Right,
you're
but-
done.
that's why it doesn't add anything really tough or big into the first level part of it. So that you don't die.
So something basically if it one-shotted me, it would have to hit me for 18 points of damage.
Yeah.
I start off with 9, and oops.
And then death saving throws and such.
Well, that's
And then if you are dying, like you're having to make death saving throws and something hits you, you instantly take 2 death saving throws.
I'd have to get hit with 30 points, I guess, since I'm at 50.
Nice.
Barbarians are.
You're gonna be the tank.
Well, that's my plan. That was my idea.
That's why I'll be behind you going. Yeah.
Look how big the sky is.
Look at that construct. Look at that straw man.
Look at that robot over there, crushes gold with his hand.
I know. If he starts playing the song for Deliverance, my guy's out.
Starts undoing his fake belt buckle. You don't come here for them.
Most people come here for the food, but I don't think you're here for the food.
Unless you're in the turtle soup.
I can't imagine what a trumpet would sound like being played by a turtle with your turtle voice.
Oh,
Same as a trumpet sounds normally. The trumpet sounds the same no matter what the voice is.
Hey, Chuck me and Yawning, relax.
I just imagine
You
you
try to
guys,
get your like stuff out.
every second beat you just have a nice coffee fit. There was
Hey, Warforged, grab those grapes. Make them laugh.
okay. Oh.
The incredible non-eating man. Hey, look, I get to play with the chainmail glove now.
Cut it out. I don't know why that got me.
You're
so
brutally offended me.
Yeah.
much. I don't know why that got me. Just above the end of pay for a TV show just to show like 5 seconds of footage. Look,
That's gonna eat anything, and he won't. Hey, mister, eat this grape. No. Whoa!
oh my god! Look, it's a buffet. I'm not hungry.
This week on a very special, the incredible non-eating man.
Sweet coconut.
He almost did something and he doesn't.
So,
I was going to be
is this
amazing if
based
you like
on
this man has me.
how to disarm a person with passion fruit?
I think it's more about pina coladas and banana mojitos. That's what I think.
Banana split.
Hey, honey, do you like pina colada?
Well, you're gonna
Well,
love
I've
my
never
banana
tried it.
split.
Well, here you go. Oh,
Well-
hey, I like this alcohol part. Why'd you stick your dick in my mouth? Well, how was I going to stir it up otherwise?
Meanwhile, the bartender's like, move along.
No, it was a bartender that did it.
Then it's the Incredible 90 man.
Okay.
I would not like the peanut colada.
Yeah. No.
Well, if you don't like peanut colada, you're gonna love the banana split.
Say no, honey.
And put a-
He's got
chainmail
tetanus.
part.
and put a banana in your
I
mouth.
think chainmail is heavy.
I want a Warforged druid. So it's like, I would like to tame the animal. Good squirrel. Oh, what happened to it?
It's heavy on it.
I like
AC
trees.
of 16, but you have disadvantage on all stealth checks. So being quiet.
Oh,
is
look, a
difficult
bird.
for chainmail.
Good.
Yeah.
How
You
metagamey
haven't noticed.
or non-metagamey is your DM style? Is it like Critical Role where they're like,
Said 16.
and they give each other answers, or is it more like mine where it's like,
I would say like, I know that in your version, like you're not allowed to say what your ability score
Where
is,
HP
but
is.
I don't care about that.
okay.
Like if someone, you can ask someone how many hit points are you at on a 13. That's fine. It just makes for easy communication. And we assume that the characters themselves are asking in a different way. Whereas it's like if your character is not in the room and someone's like, I don't know how to do this, your character could be like, oh, well, you just got to do it like this. Because you're not in the room.
And you're also not telepathic.
Right. So if it's something your character physically could not tell them, then don't say it. That's really all I have.
I can't tell you, I'm not practicing. I'm just dead here on the floor. I don't think I'm going to give you any answers.
Or like if
Hey, how do you fix a gasket? Well, you gotta do this.
if one character is, if you're all sleeping in separate rooms, and like an assassin breaks into your friend's room and stabs them and runs away, you don't know that they're in there, so you can't do anything.
I
to
could
go
have
help.
heard that this. I could have heard it if I was.
I would give people like perception.
Well, I'm not going to that
Hear
room.
the-
I had to
hear
get
the
up and go
domestic
pee,
violence.
so I walked by that room.
Right.
Hear the domestic violence going on in the other room.
Everyone would get a perception check to see if they are woken up by the kerfuffle, and if they aren't, then that's too bad.
Man, make
But
a
if they
character with
are,
a weak ladder and
then
they'll just get up to the
I
door.
would say you hear some noise coming from Krampus's room, and then they could go and investigate it.
Uh-oh.
You hear something coming from Krampus and Bowers.
Uh-oh, look out. Bowels going to town.
Val's getting near to me.
Bowels should get near and we'll...
Oh,
That's why I didn't you warn us.
that's all right. Trinkus is a shit eater, so they're a good pair. I like Laurel and Hardy for the neck of thing. I'm sorry, coprophiliacs. That's it.
Then you got a third one that's just a germ. Like, oh, I can't hang out with Val. And,
Did you say a germaphobe?
yeah.
So he's always like, "Oh, do not cheat on the bed." Is that what you mean?
German code.
A German phone?
I am scared
Okay,
of
so-
Volkswagens.
Why is the German code German? That seems very unfortunate for
I'm
them.
scared of myself.
Yeah,
Every
I
time they
hate my
talk,
voice.
9.
I hate Wiener Schnitzels.
So
I hate sauerkraut.
I hate myself.
I am so sick.
So,
German with a fear.
so what was the chef this night?
Proud.
This food was quite delicious.
That's-
What was the chef? Oh, he was a German chef. Oh,
I can't stand looking at myself in the mirror.
okay.
What else you got?
You're fine.
So this is how many spells I get, or how many I can cast.
You
Ended
have
up being American,
3
so-
cantrips that you can cast.
I think,
Cantrips
there are
are
probably
like
someone
spells
who's scared
cast
of
on
Americans.
So clerics now can't just pick any spell.
Well,
Miller had 3 spells that you cast.
Daddy over there wiping himself.
Mighty
Little
cleric
blood.
spell.
That would hurt. Just think if there was a piece that was glued on this and you
There's the
had,
cleric spells that you can pick
oh,
from.
you were trying to clean up a bowel and it's like,
Because you get poison spray from being a
Look out.
right, yeah,
Frankus's
you want to, right?
bowels getting irritable again.
So you get to pick
It's
don't,
all bloody.
don't stand there,
3
he's
of
mad.
these cantrips here.
Gotta wipe myself off. Ah!
I don't know my own strength, the Warforged crushes his own head.
I just imagine everything I try to do. It's like, here, have me a mug of that ale.
That's an unfortunate disadvantage you took there. Doesn't know your own strength.
He wants to wipe his face off and just
Yeah.
You know,
Why does he always pee with his hands on his Last time he did that.
last time I did that, look at it. Oh, it's paper.
So I got 3.
I see that. I see that he's got a metal sheet down there.
My level.
He's modest.
My level.
I'm gonna clap.
Yeah.
Alright, so wisdom modifiers 2.
Hang on, I'm gonna rub my hands together. Sparks going everywhere.
Yeah, did
So I
that say
can
in
cast three
your
cantrips
race what you were made
and
of?
2 first
No.
level spells a day.
So you can probably be
Oh, actually, it'd probably just be metal.
whatever.
Pretty much just steel. Really. I think
Okay,
I think
so
it like the picture just was
At
steel.
first level,
Looked like
you
steel.
know 3 cleric spells, and you have 2 spell slots. So you know 3.
I'm not trying to knock on this
2
guy's
spells.
door.
And those are your domain
Oh.
spells.
Yeah.
So
housekeeping.
each of those you can cast. for a day.
Housekeeping.
So
I
that's
come in
in
anyway.
addition to
Oh,
the 2
I
spell
come in
slots you
anyway.
have.
Breaks down the door.
So,
Meanwhile, in the boxing match, we're always going to say,
so
"Yeah, you
get
cheated.
3 cantrips, which are these.
You put metal in your goals
first
again."
Here, I will
Huh.
say Spirit of the Dying is very helpful. You can use it if you go to a character that's unconscious. You just
See, I am
stabilize
really
them.
deep. I am the true Iron Fist.
Nothing.
Nice.
No roll required.
Oh, that'll be my
nothing.
hero name,
It's
Iron
just, If
Fist.
they're dying, you go over. Now they're not.
That'll be. I have a Netflix original show.
Thaumaturgy is very much. Was he here when we were talking about prestidigitation? Okay, so
That's the same as thaumaturgy.
yeah, it's theatrics, but more like creepy theatrics. Like you can snuff out or light a candle, torch, or small campfire. You can change the color of your eyes. You can make windows and doors open and slam shut. You can change the color of flame.
Sounds fun. Why are my eyes red? Ah!
Singing Plane's a good one. That's it.
There's no boots, clothes, or motorcycles in this tower. I hate this place.
The cat's still over
No, it's over there. Why?
there? Oh,
He's over there.
Fine.
He's over there.
Why?
that's where she needs to hang out.
Well, this place is softer than the
I know, but I like it when she uses that thing because then she scratches. It's what it's made for. Not even chairs.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. And then again, you ought to just get like a scratching pole of this kind of material instead of that thing. It probably
Yeah, I ought to just go do that.
doesn't pick up her claws.
Do you have any money? Can I borrow some money?
Well, how much does it cost?
$65.
I could probably pay for that. At least a good couple hundred.
Oh, let's go then, right now.
I don't have the money on me. Right?
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
I ended up in my
Always have just the way you're gonna play the character.
Oh man, that's how I should have played.
It's gonna be Muglet Jr.
That's how I should have
Get all
played
this
Mug
money
Lab.
you just carry around and not spend it.
That's how I should have played
It's
Mug
fun.
Although
Lab.
that's not really
Create
true.
or
Muglet
destroy
spend a lot of money.
And
See, I
you
can't
you
spend
cast
this
it
money
once,
because,
and whenever you cast it, you choose to create or
right.
destroy a
Well,
gallon.
It's
At
not
one
worth
point,
it. I
they
mean, we can
separated.
get on without it, right?
Right,
Wow.
and like
We don't need
in
food.
second edition,
You
there's
don't.
create water, and then there's the opposite, which is destroy water.
Had to
Which are
learn
two
both
different
of them.
spells.
Right.
This one's the same.
Right, create or destroy water is
Oh, I gotta try and invent a chainsaw attached to my hand. So, yeah, can you take off this arm and replace it with a chainsaw? pretty good. And then I'll be like, hello, nice to meet you. You use your other hand? No, I prefer shaking with this one.
And how much do we know about other races? For instance, do we even know what a warforged is?
Warforged are rather uncommon, so probably not. You would probably not know what a Warforged is, but you have probably heard of the warranty.
Would I have known?
Turtles and stuff.
Would I have known what a turtle is?
Yeah, that's what you're trying to do. Break that.
Sorry.
You've probably heard of those kinds of races, yeah. They are also uncommon, so you might not have seen some before, but you know of them.
Okay.
Weird that I don't know about you.
I have that. So.
They've heard about Terminator. As soon as humans invent nukes, you guys are on the bed. In the 1960s, turtles roamed around.
I'm going to redo this table at some point. I'm going to do it like critical roles.
What do you mean?
I like it. The way there's a setup where the DM sits here, and he's kind of got like a hole in the table where he can scoot up, and then there's 3 and 3 there, and he can just put the map down. Because really, I don't think I need this size of a
Yeah, you can only use just about like a third of it.
half of it at the most.
I mean, you could just take out like the whiteboard part and then have a hole out over there, and then you could.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. And then you wouldn't have to buy a whole new table.
I wasn't going to buy a whole new table.
He's just going to smash it back until you bought one.
Yeah. You were going to buy it. Remember, you're the one with all the money.
I don't have that much money. I can't buy a table. I had trouble buying a retainer.
So I don't and spellcasting ability is wisdom.
You rather have the money or the TV?
Your spell save DC, which
Rather have the TV. That lasts longer. Hopefully.
12. I think your wisdom modifier is +2.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's 12 on your spell save DC. And then your attack bonus is +2.
You know how in the game, whenever you guys have critical hits or critical fumbles, and I say roll and roll and roll, and then roll again, and eventually it's like that time you hit rock somehow and almost cut his arm off.
Yeah.
And, it took like 4 or 5 rolls to get to that point.
Yeah.
I think you heard the story that Dan, my son got out of the shower and went back to his room. He was putting his shirt on, and he was like, and he hit the fan that was turning, and it snapped the fan bracket. Blade said, down into his TV.
Yeah, that's what happened to my TV.
So he failed his dexterity check. Then he had to roll random flash damage. And then the item had to fail its saving throw.
He had rolled direction.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
All this. So
And then the TV failed its
it's
save.
like, oh, yeah, there's no way you could have done that on purpose. So shit happens.
You can't
And in
try
this game,
it.
there is no critical hits. It's just a double damage for 20, and that's it.
Natural 20 is double damage, natural 1 instant kill.
But
Oh, you know-
nothing special about the failure.
I usually just come up with something on the spot. It's usually a basic, you drop your weapon, or you slip, fall down, now you're prone. I've thought of coming up with
You
some
bash your
sort
head on
of
the wall.
starting like a little table that I can use for that, but I haven't gotten around to it. And then for your starting gold, you get 5d4 times 10. Oh, I'm not using that one.
What else did he say? Nothing.
Oh, we did. You did.
There's almost. Let me go check.
What the heck did you Muglup rolls a 1. Muglup. I'm not being Muglup, I'm being a Warforged. Now it's Clink Clank rolls a 1 and accidentally crushes his face. Don't
all 5 of those and add them up and multiply them by 10.
You didn't have to coat them in oil first.
That's how you do it.
Something funny.
Times 10.
Dad, what's that fancy beer mug on the mantle? Well, that's your Uncle Frank. That's where he wanted his remains. It was his favorite beer stein. He always said it would be funny. I never got why. Maybe it's so he could be Frankenstein.
Your initiative is +1. Experience points 0. Your total hit points is 8 plus your Constitution modifier. Oh, okay. All right. Did you had a mace, right?
Yeah. Well, what is it? I think it's 1d6.
It's your 2 hit is +3, and your damage is 1d6 plus 1 bludgeoning. All right. Did you have any other weapons?
I have a light crossbow.
All right. Your 2 hit with the light crossbow would be +3. The damage is 1d8 plus 1 piercing. And then, if you're using your shield, your armor class is increased by 2. If you're not using your shield, it's 16. Your passive perception is 12. And you put in modifiers. And then, as before, it's colored in. You add 2 to the number.
Well, isn't that great?
Over here. Copy that. Huh?
Don't make me go to the portal on you.
No, I'm doing that. You're not.
Don't make me accidentally try to pet you and press you with Frank for 450 pounds. I should have a flaw where I'm like way too afraid of spiders and just see one in my bed and crush everything. Gotta burn the house down, now there's a spider in there.
You should be all good.
Okay. So, is there it says
Cons and flaws. So those things you get to choose or just things you make up.
That's stuff for your background. It's we can go over that earlier. None of it really comes into play a whole lot.
Oh, I already chose
Oh,
the noun words that I'm going to use.
the names. And then age, height, weight, skin, hair, all that you can do on your own.
Oh, I see that the main books so I can look at the commentaries. Yeah, pretty enough.
So that goes to you when you're finished. And kind of I do ask that since these are like remastered versions of old modules, if you have the old version of modules, I ask that you don't look in them.
I don't know what's in there, so
Well, when you find out, then you will.
I
Basically, once I say the name of something in it, like the place you're going,
see.
it'll
Yeah, that's no problem.
you'll know if you have it or not.
What's
No
the
problem.
outside of your eyes called that have the color?
The whites of your eyes?
No.
Iris.
Iris. Okay.
I thought the iris was the dark.
Black is the pupil.
Yeah, it goes pupil, iris,
Colors.
white.
Well, the pupil's the exact center of your eye. And you have the color of your eye. Then you have white of your eye.
This is my little notebook. It just has things about the starting town in it. So I don't
Why
have
have
to look
Tons of folders.
And I've got this now, so I can
You can.
hit you guys if I must.
You can.
One of the worst modules that I've ever seen put together was temporal elemental. Because they gave you a level that you were supposed to be for. The only problem is in order to really beat the module, you should have been twice the level that they gave you to beat. Because you're like insanely powerful stuff that should have outsmarted anybody. At the end.
Hayden, you ready?
Oh,
The DM has taken his chair at the head of the committee.
I see that we had a revolution that we had the other DM got overthrown.
Yes, I've been deposed.
And we established a new ruling.
Experience in here.
That's what every.
We've been trying to make it unweird for you.
You have a character name yet?
Yeah.
Alright.
I do.
Alright. So, the thing I've come up with on the spot is you have all heard word that a small town in Greyhawk named Oakhurst has put out, they're looking for adventurers to come to their town and help them solve a problem that they're having with nearby goblins. And all of you hearing about this rumor have gone to Oakhurst in search of whatever you may find, whether it be gold, magic, or just a good time. There's a flyer posted outside of the town hall, which is currently closed as you've all arrived at about nighttime. But walking into town, the only You see lots of humans, some elves, dwarves, a couple of gnomes. Other than that, that's pretty much it.
I appear to be a little bit out of place.
And as you all arrive at this town hall and notice others that are very out of place, you figure, hey, these guys must have also come because of the flyer for adventurers. And so I'll see each other, so go ahead and introduce yourselves.
So I walk up, you hear the heavy footfalls, and when you turn around and look, you see what can only be described as a humanoid turtle with a shell, no clothes except for like a vest that's not tied, it's just kind of hanging open. You can see he's got the flat shell on one side. It's got he does have like a belt that is attached, and to keep the belt up, you can see that there's been some like cut into the corner of the shell to hold the belt in place, like notches. And he's got a dagger on one side and a rapier on the other. And this humanoid-looking turtle has a turtle face and turtle legs, and it looks like kind of scaly. But he has, instead of having like claws, like what a regular turtle would have, it's more like fingers, big fat sausage fingers. And he's got a hat with a nice feather sticking out, and he's got these big eyes set, kind of not straightforward like a predator and not quite on the side like a prey. It's more like in between. And he walks up and looks at the piece of paper, and then he looks over at you and he goes,
Paper's written in common.
okay. And he says, holy crap. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's quite all right. If you're here to accept the job offer, I could use an extra meat shield or two.
He says, are you in any condition to go fight goblins? You look awful.
I am in quite perfect conditions.
And what's wrong with your voice?
Oh, I'm not quite from around here. In fact, I am from about over 10,000 miles away from this current location.
What do you look like?
I'm the 7-foot-tall, giant robotic creature about made of steel with glowing red eyes.
You look like a giant piece of armor.
Yeah, I basically look like a Terminator from walking around in medieval times.
Kind of looks like someone's wearing a big suit of armor, but like the mouth of the helmet's moving.
A medieval version of a Terminator.
Can I tell from looking at this creature that it is? I'm immediately thinking that this creature is someone's attempting to play a trick on me. That I think there's magic afoot with this. I think it's.
While he's thinking,
I think
there,
it's. So can I? Can I tell if it's? I don't believe.
Oh yes, I also have a giant warhammer. Like I have a giant maul, and a spear on my back and some javelins.
What does it smell like?
Make a perception check.
And as he's making his checks, I just reach forward, grab the paper, also taking some wood out of the billboard.
13.
13. He smells like metal. You've smelled humans before, and he doesn't really smell like that. But he smells like metal. And it's like there's metal, and wood and stone all combined within his composure. So you smell those things: rocks, metal, and wood.
So the turtle will look around for somebody who he thinks might be playing a joke on him.
You see a couple of humans walking around. You see another figure there who looks rather out of place among these folks, but it's like he looks human, but you feel like there's something a little weird about it.
I'll just stop and stare at whoever that weird other creature is.
You now have this humanoid turtle just kind of staring at you blankly.
Meanwhile, I'm scanning the paper and be like, And then I would put the paper back. And then I'll just stand there menacingly.
You have ripped some wood out of the mayor's door along with the paper.
Whoa.
Would you like to read the paper?
Yes, please.
Here you go.
I read it.
Too
and
much
it probably
for-
says what you described before.
It's rather
I'm guessing.
crumpled. It's written in common. It says
It's a little bit too much for tonight.
adventurers wanted for goblin issue. See Mayor Werner Lang in the morning.
Oh, this is the place. See the mayor.
Oh, you are here to complete this task as well.
This other humanoid has which yet to speak.
I'll look over at this. This other, is it male, female? Can I tell?
Male, I assume.
Big old.
You think
Do you
male?
approach?
Oh. Yeah, I'll get up once I notice people looking at me.
I will sheepishly hold my turtle hand out with the crumpled paper and be like, here.
I'll grab it.
You read it. It's crumpled. It's in common. It says adventurers wanted for goblin issue. See Mayor Werner Lang in the morning.
So I assume you guys are looking for another candidate.
Oh,
I just got here and
I would appreciate another line in the defense.
All of you, as you're standing there, you
Yes.
notice the humans in this town. When they see you, they do look at you a little odd, but it's just kind of like a side glance of like, what?
So-
Oh, okay, and then they just keep walking. They
You
like
see-
speed up a little bit.
A younger,
I just
Janice,
you see a younger looking male,
Make a charisma check.
5'6".
Make a persuasion check.
a natural one.
They run away. You tip your hat, and they just.
Oh yes, I also have a weirdly
No.
small hat on for my metallic shit.
So
I just frown.
So as I talk, what you're looking at is a younger looking male, 5'6", 116 pounds, green eyes, tan skin, black hair, wearing chainmail. I have light crossbow slung across my back. I have a mace hanging from my waist, and you see my eyes are copper iris.
I get green. Well, I suppose if we're going to be working with each other, we must get names
They're
out of the
involved.
way and designations.
I'm Zonan.
What?
My name is Zonan.
Zolan?
Could you spell that?
Zonan.
Zolnag.
Are you retarded?
No.
Zonack.
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 All right. You happen to be having trouble understanding your dialect.
In your name.
I will allow you to
Oh,
go first.
I am the great and wondrous Bilge. And I take a deep bow with my hat,
Bill.
flourishing, put it back on my head, and I do a little prestidigitation with my hand. Purveyor of song and dance.
I know.
That name would not be as good if you didn't add the wonderful, amazing Bilge.
I am the wondrous, amazingest Bilge.
I know for some reason I get the picture. Have you ever seen Your Highness?
I have.
I
I
get
know
the
I
picture of the wizard, the child molesting wizard when he does this.
I know exactly what you mean. That's a good image.
I'll have to see that.
It's a good movie. James Franco's in it. Danny McBride.
He says, I am, as you can tell, I have a rapier wit, and I have a dagger for insults. I love them. If you have something mean to say, make it original. I put them both away.
I am known as Clinkus Clankus. Pretty solid. And that is all I have.
The sound you make when you walk.
Yeah.
Clinkus clankus. That's got a ring to it.
I don't think you're
That
gonna
is
get to
what
the original version.
That's what a lot of people say.
No.
I'd like y'all to make a perception check real quick.
Wait, should I do
20.
it?
Well, you are included in all of these, so yes.
Oh, thank you.
Perception.
19.
18.
I got 16.
All right. Well, you all notice a couple of what appear to be town guards. They have like padded leather armor on. They've got some helmets. And they have swords at their side, which are not drawn, but they do have a hand on them. And they just kind of walk up. One says,
Those creatures appear to be guards.
"Excuse me, what are you all doing here?"
We're here to eradicate some goblins.
Oh, you're here for the goblin?
Yes, would you like the paper?
No, I've seen it. It's just
The amazing Bilge here to rid your town as the Pied Piper did of the snakes. I will whisk those goblins
Didn't he
away.
also steal children?
Please make a persuasion.
I did not realize I would be being interrupted in my performance.
Did he also steal children?
Which one is it?
Persuasion.
18.
As you finish your
See, the
flourish,
child was
one of the guards, you see him, both of them just kind of like
No,
Get a
he's
little
the
grin.
child molester. That's what I
And,
pictured him.
Oh yeah.
they say, "Hello, nice to meet you, Bilge." Well, it's just we don't really like seeing out of place folks standing outside the mayor's house at late at night. It looks bad.
That is to be expected.
We don't really like anyone standing outside the mayor's house that late at night because
Why
who knows
you
what could be
stand?
going on.
Perhaps we three should retire to a cheap or low rent type of inn and then come back to speak to the mayor about this in the morning.
I did not need to sleep, but I will accompany you.
The Old Boar Inn is just around the corner over there. Garen runs it.
What say you then, Zonack?
Yeah,
I don't prefer cheap beds.
Well,
There's something better around.
I'm afraid the Old Boar Inn is only inn in town.
Guess that's
Then the Old Boar Inn it is. Maybe I can take it and make it not such old boar. Hey!
I understand this humor.
sound
I'm going to attempt to have a big metal clap.
Make a performance check.
That was
8.
Just every time I clap, just grinding metal noise.
You tell the joke, and they just kind of.
Maybe the joke would have been better if you just said so not so boring.
Oh, now you got a performance check.
I'll take
wasn't
that
trying
under
to perform.
consideration.
I wasn't trying to.
Come on.
They say no. We got the joke. It was just.
It's just terrible.
Have a good.
Excuse me,
Have a good
Clinkus
night.
Clankus.
He's a work in progress.
I'm sorry if I'm a little bit blunt. I will attempt to be less so. In the
I am going to go at least stay at the boar end. If you guys go there, you're welcome to join me.
I will.
I
join
gather
you.
my things and I set off. Would you point me in the direction, sir?
Yes, it's right over there. It's
Very good.
the largest building.
With the giant sign.
Target lock.
Yeah, you walk around the corner and pretty much instantly you see a sign with the boar on it. And you assume that that's the one.
Eat my dust. And I will cast
I'm walking.
Longstrider, and I will go over there quicker than they think I will.
How fast are you though? How fast are you with that?
You see him. He says, "Eat my dust." Do a little with his hands, and he starts walking away faster than you saw him walk to the mayor's house.
Well, wait. How fast is he going?
I'll double dash.
Oh, you
so
see
I
him.
will move 80 or what's that? 16 squares
Well, I'm still faster than you
Basically
naturally.
goes to a 10,
to
right?
40. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. 35. Yes, you're
So,
correct. That's not on the sheet, is there? My movement.
So that means yeah.
Movement
I'll
speed
write
is
that down.
25.
So my movement
Or
is
did I
30
already?
feet, right?
Yeah.
So that means I'm still catching up with them and then outpacing. I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
there it is.
if this
Okay.
is a foot ratio.
So yeah, my
that's-
movement rate is now 35, and I will run. So I will move
Oh.
70 feet.
So I'm like catching up with you at first.
Yeah,
also.
you watch him just like start running towards the end, and it's kind of
I
off-putting how
casually
quick.
walk towards you.
I am
Alright.
also going to.
You guys get the distinct feeling that there's a lack of bold, calculating emotion.
That's the same with me.
You make it to the end very quick.
Are you sure you're not a robot?
Those,
too?
you two just walk in there. You make it there in like a couple of minutes.
And
It's
then the
not
floor
far
collapses
away.
under me because I'm 400 pounds.
Yes. When he walks into the building, you hear the wood beneath him like.
You know what's
Is
interesting
there an
is
actual
that-
cellar in this place? Because most medieval buildings don't have like a floor unless you go to the second
You
story.
do not know if there's a cellar.
the
Well,
total.
if you heard wood creaking, then that would probably mean it's a cellar.
Well, you did hear wood creaking, so there you go.
The turtle weighs a lot as well. I never did roll for, but they're like around 350 pounds. So
I'm 450 pounds.
As
Okay.
you enter the old War Inn, you see this main room. There's multiple tables. Within there's like 4, maybe 5 patrons, 3 of which are asleep on the table. And you see a young male with long black hair, and he has like a little bit of stubble on him. He's just kind of wiping off the counter. He looks
I am
bored, and he's just looking for something to do.
name of the inn was the old
The
boar.
old
Inn.
boar.
Old Boar Inn.
I'm going to attempt to set up a card games with people in order to win money.
Okay. Well,
And,
2 of them are awake.
Would you like to challenge me to a game of cards?
So how big are the
To
cars?
say, and you had said that the guard had said that
just a normal deck of cards.
the barkeep was
Would you like?
Gallon.
You
Gary.
can hold
Gary.
it between your 2 fingers.
Would you like
Okay.
a deck of cards?
So with him, I notice I get there first. I walk in.
Is your armor
He
shiny?
comes in.
Yeah,
Oh, so
He's
you
looking
can
around.
cards.
I'm going to go find a table,
close enough, really.
That's pretty
leaving
easy.
2 seats open in case they come to join me.
Well,
And then I'm just going to watch him
So I'm
for a
attempting.
second.
I'm attempting to challenge people into gambling with my card.
Because
game
I know
skills.
I'm fucking weird apparently because I don't see any other turtles anywhere.
No, you're very
But I think he's even more weird, so I'm going to watch and see where this goes. So that's what I do. I just settle in for the show.
I come in, you sit down.
enter. You
By
go sit
me?
next to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I look at him.
How close are you to us?
Oh, I guess I'll go over to
Do
you
you
guys and challenge you guys.
Yeah,
Would
you
you
go
like
to
to
the game.
challenge me to a game of cards
I don't play cards.
for gold?
For gold is at stake.
I look at you, I look at him, and I'm like,
I will require funding for the show.
I don't think you here. But
Uh,
you, on the other hand, I buy us something to drink.
Okay, you go up to the barkeep, Garen.
No, I'm just gonna wait.
Okay, you wave, and he kind of looks up.
Stewardess,
Puts.
bartender.
It's just him in there. It's him and like 3 passed out dudes and a couple of dudes that are just kind of like sitting there.
I'm just
Seven.
I'm kind of
NPCing
starting
it
to
up.
get an idea that I think
Oh,
better
oh.
than people.
And you're wearing what again?
It's a chainmail.
You do have armor on. Okay.
Yes, I
Well, at
have
least
chainmail.
not all of us are nude.
You wave. Garen comes over.
I like for my performance to speak
If you
for itself.
really are looking at me hard, I could describe other things. But
That's okay.
Garen comes over and he's like, "Well, howdy. What can I get you? Any want anything?"
My big turtle hand fist points over at him.
give me him and what would you like to drink?
Simple ale, please.
All right, I
Do
can.
you have any
Do you have any kind of fuel?
small fish? You could use. Give me a fish wedge.
I might have some fish in the back end.
Do you have any kind of fuel?
What kind of drink do you have?
I don't. Some kind of like oil or something.
Of the non-cheapest kind.
So you want like the like fancy stuff?
I don't want cheap, watered down stuff. I would like straight.
You want like liquor or ale or beer or what?
Get
I
him a
thought that was
whiskey.
all liquor.
Get him a whiskey.
Give me something more fine.
Like you want some wine? I got wine.
Give him a
Better
bloody.
quality.
Well,
It's
give him a gin.
it's pretty good wine.
Give him a gin on the
All right.
rocks.
How much is that?
For the ale, mug of ale, that'll be a silver. For your glass of wine,
Give him a pina
that'd be-
colada.
that'd be more like 3 silver.
Give us 2 glasses and what kind of food? do you
Well, I've got some bread. I made stew today. I could heat that up. I'm sorry, I'm not really used to getting patrons in this late night.
Oh,
I'll have sensing the barkeep's uncomfortableness. I will say, whatever you have left over, no reason to heat it up on my part. Just whatever we'll find, even trash.
I throw them with gold. And I go, we'll have the stew warm.
Or the stew.
All right, you want some that's not warmed up? I can.
I'll eat when he eats, and I'll eat what he eats.
All right,
Something tells me it's going to be easier that way.
all right. I'll go get
I'm
that for you.
fairly hungry.
What?
So make it a larger portion.
You want drinks before the meal or with the meal? I assume
Before and with.
All right, I'll get that for you. I'll see if I can find some oil. And he
So,
goes into the back.
Clinkus,
what?
you said something about playing some cards.
Oh, would you like to challenge me? I have amassed quite a knowledge of cards.
What game?
Any game
I have
that has a playing card specifically.
I have something in mind that would be the game. I just can't remember the name of it. And it's a very commonly well-known game in the world.
War. Perhaps war.
Pirates Revenge.
Go fish. I do not.
It would probably be war. Because that's
State the game.
Well, I will go with war. As we are planning to wage war on Goblin Cow.
Am I familiar with the game of war?
If he isn't, I would teach him.
Make a history check.
I would be familiar with it, wouldn't I?
Natural 20!
Yeah, you've played War.
All right.
Many a time. What's your favorite game?
Yes, I am most familiar with this game.
Prepare.
I'm not a fan of the actual war, but the card game, yes. Deal.
About that time,
And I will play you for 1 golden coin. No more, no less.
I will accept this offer.
Garen comes out of the back with a platter, comes over, gives you a mug of ale. He has like a little bowl with like some grease in it. He's like, "That's the best I could get for
Oh,
that."
sweet.
And then he hands you like a wine glass of wine. He's like, "I used the shiny cup."
I appreciate it. As I roll my eye.
Yeah, I use the shack. I would save it for a special occasion.
I'll get that stew out for you as soon as I can. Back up to the bank.
I'm going to attempt to drink the grease and see if it does anything.
You drink it, and
It just drizzles off the bottom of me.
it's you put it in your mouth. You don't really have a swallowing mechanism, so it's in your mouth now,
This does not work.
and then eventually it falls out of your mouth.
Tilt your head back and be like,
It seeps into your cracks, and you feel lubricated.
Yay!
Uh,
This is exactly
so
what's going on.
I'm going to attempt to. I'm going to attempt to tell if he is insane or if that's actually something that was supposed to happen.
make an insight check.
Okay.
It was totally supposed to happen. I don't know what you're talking about.
17.
What were you going for?
I
Were you
was
just
attempting to
seeing it for-
lubricate myself, pretty much. I
Um,
was going to see if that's how you do it or something.
you watch him do that, and you get the sense of he actually is trying to do that.
Okay. I just shake my head a little bit and then say,
So
Then
I've
we're
been
gonna play
looking
war.
around.
Then
I
we're
haven't
gonna play
seen anybody else following us. So I want to roll Arcana to see if I can't figure out what the hell this thing is.
Him?
Yeah.
Why are you guys so
Go ahead.
interested in me though?
I will say, me in real life don't know how to play war.
13.
Oh, you don't know how to play war. It's whatever card's higher wins, and whoever is left with the full deck wins.
All right, well,
And aces beat everything.
we'll say you
But the only
play.
thing that beats aces
Jokers,
is
Jokers
twos.
beat everything.
Jokers
just a
beat aces.
suggestion. I would say if he has like
You just said
game or
aces beat
something,
everything.
Yeah,
then he
Aces
just
beat
roll
everything except for
his
Jokers.
check, and whoever has the higher roll
Everything
wins
beats
the
jokers
hand.
except for aces.
okay.
And
So,
if you lay
that
down the
makes more
same
sense.
thing, then you guys lay down two
Instead of-
cards and then flip
And then
another
depending on
card.
if you wanted to make it more detailed, you could say we'll roll 3 or keep rolling until one of you has 5 higher rolls, but that, whatever.
I'll
Just
say,
one roll.
Just a
to see who
suggestion.
wins. Alright,
each of you roll. It's just a straight roll. No, don't add anything except
Wouldn't
for
I get
you
an
get to add
advantage?
your proficiency bonus for playing the game. So both of you just roll a d20 3 times, and you add +2 to all of yours. You don't add anything,
Okay.
and then whoever has the more
Okay,
higher
so
roll.
the first time I rolled a 4,
I rolled a 1, so I got 3.
so I still won.
No, I got 3.
The second time I rolled an
Oh.
18.
A 1 again!
A 1 is always a fail.
Yeah,
I got
yours is
1
Okay,
again!
so I
So-
beat him the second
You win-
time,
you win
and then
again.
that just fell out of my hand,
Oh, 17. That means
18.
that would be 19.
so he won that.
All right, so he got the more higher roll, so he won the game of war.
I've never met a skill
You
before.
So-
put down a 2, then you put down a 2, and then what was your other roll?
So you see this-
17.
This
Wait,
big
so that would equal 19.
meaty turtle hand go over and grab the coins.
So you lose one.
Double
gold,
or nothing.
You lose 1 gold coin. You gain 1 gold.
I'd go double or nothing.
Maybe later.
Okay.
About that time, Garen comes out with.
I don't like to press my luck.
He has 2 large
Neither do
bowls
I.
of
Unless I'm losing.
stew. There's steam coming
That's
off of
not
it,
luck.
and he puts them down in front of you and says, "I hope you enjoy that. It's my own personal recipe."
Thank you.
And
Thank
is there
you.
anything else I can get you? I mean, are you hungry?
I don't eat.
All right.
So I got a 13. Go ahead and include it.
Garen goes back to that. With a 13, Arcana is really just to tell if something's magic, and you can tell there is some magic, arcane, some sort of arcane influence within him. You can tell he is emitting a slight magic.
As I eat my stew,
As you look in the stew, it appears to have various beef parts. It's got some vegetables like potatoes and carrots, some onions. It's a basic beef stew.
I look up and say,
I'm just doing some card
"This
tricks over here.
meeting reminds me of a time when great old Manchi, the turtle bard, my ancestor, traveled along the coast and he met up with his friends." And I just go back to eating.
Oh, man, she
He looks up. He was a very, very, very wonderful influence on my life.
We're his friends.
His friends were Smokey and Russell, and they traveled with him everywhere.
What race did they
And
identify as?
I hope to one day live up to Manchi's reputation.
I give a big sigh.
I just sit there motionless, just they're like, oh.
All of you make a perception check.
Oh boy, something happened in this tired bar.
7.
Oh man, 7. However, then again, I
19.
do have a bonus to perception, so I made it in
Thank you.
No, you're just telling your total.
7.
Okay, well,
But then what would the bonus?
you add it to your roll.
So 11.
All right, what'd you get?
Ooh,
19.
look at you go.
Yeah, I can find it. I'll find it.
You are chowing down, so you don't notice.
I'm just sitting there.
You're
So
just kind of zoning out, so you don't notice. But you notice that one of the other like awake patrons, you just kind of glance up from eating, and he's just kind of staring at you, kind of giving you a dirty eye. And when you look up, he's kind of goes back to his drink. Not directly to you, just kind of to your group. He's just kind of looking at you.
just in my head, you hear elevator music.
Nothing that I haven't experienced. Probably will continue to experience.
So
I keep an eye on him
Mm,
casually, not to see if he's actually paying attention to us, or if it's just I don't like foreigners.
thank you for the food and drink, Zonak. What, from whence do you hail?
Come from a land much far,
How far?
far enough you wouldn't.
I might know.
I doubt it. I've never seen your kind. I'm sure you haven't seen much.
We are few and far between. I might have heard of your place.
What is it called?
Yeah.
It's a secretive place.
Well, that's
Yeah,
no
okay.
fun.
Secretive place. I would hope that
Everywhere is a secret if you do not reveal.
I would hope that with Clinkus's very robust asking of us to join him on this quest to rid the land of goblins, that you would be willing to reveal something to make us more comfortable with you being around.
I'm here to help earn money.
Okay, let me ask you this. Is it purely for the reward that you are here?
Or money, that's what I need right now.
Why do you need the money?
Well, we all
Why do
need
you need
money.
to buy stuff?
Oh, I simply do not require.
Oh, really? So you don't like gear, better gear,
I don't breathe, eat, or sleep.
and you don't need to be repaired?
Well, if I just stay in one place, then not really.
Well,
Do you
I
require
have
a
ambitions.
workman to fix you?
Every so often, I guess that would be what the currency is for. But as long as I'm not going into done battles, and I would be fine.
I come from a place that do not like to be bothered. So
So
we
you
often
left.
do not venture out.
You left that place. Was it under good terms, or were you cast out?
Or something else.
I'm one of the lesser favored of my kind.
I see.
Oh,
You have very unusual eyes.
that is what I was processing.
Well, you have very unusual skin and eyes.
Very true.
It is true.
I,
Looks
on the
like
other
we're a bunch
hand,
of misfits.
But
have this amazing shell and these amazing arms.
Yes, you do.
You know why?
Why?
Because I am the amazing Bill. And at that, I reach down into the pouch and I pull out my little juice heart. And I play a little
My
bit.
face will just morph for the first time into some kind of questioning look. But
And I play a little ditty.
Make a performance check.
all of a sudden, all the drunk patrons wake
A
up.
natural one!
No, every time you talk, you're saying
As you're playing your
Oh, I put my. This is exactly what goes on when he does this. I'm like, you see me look at him, and I'm like,
oh, and I'm just like,
we're doomed to die.
You said what was your character's name? I apologize.
Zone.
Zoning. You said you were keeping an eye on that one patron
Yeah,
that was
so-
hanging, right?
So as I lay my head down, I'm still looking over in his direction.
fire
I'm
guy's
like,
like, get out!
we're going to die.
Get out now!
As you hear him playing and like choking on his heart, you watch as this patron. You see him grab his cup and pull his arm back. Do you do anything?
Do I notice this at all?
Nope.
No.
So I grab my crossbow bolt and I like.
Why?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why? Who are you talking to?
You like pick up your crossbow and point it at him.
I grab it and pull it out.
All right.
I'm not aiming at anybody, but I grab it and pull it out.
What are you
I'm
doing?
like,
I don't think
whoa.
that's a
Whoa.
good idea.
Make an
I-
intimidation check.
I pull out my. I like grab my hand.
Because I don't know what he's doing, but I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa!
I grab my warhammer because there might be a fight here and I might need to smash
10.
someone.
10.
And then what are you doing? Rolling something against his?
I
I'm just
call
curious.
it a morale check.
Okay.
I just kind of roll a basic roll and I don't really add anything. It's just to see how they react.
Okay.
And
So like kind of do like a random DC? Is that what that's equivalent to?
it's whatever he rolls on his intimidation. That number, I just kind of I roll, and then if I get something obvious,
Oh, it's an opposed.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
and
Here comes Isaiah.
so you pull off your
All right,
crossbow,
thank
just kind of
you.
hold it at your side.
I pull it off my back and like hold it in front of me.
Right, you just kind of
So that it's
do that-
really
do
obvious.
that thing where you take it out and like place it on the table.
Yeah.
As
But I
you
have my hands on it so that
do that,
Right.
and he has the cup up in the air, he looks around, just sits back down with like a grump on his face and takes a sip out of it.
I would recommend you do not play the harp again.
What's all that about? I sometimes it.
he was
What?
going to hit you with a mug.
And I look over at whoever's over there.
I just do the
He flips
turkey.
you off.
Probably everything. Oh, so it's obvious.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say I still don't know. You said there was a couple other people. over
I
there.
look over at him too.
So he flips me off.
It seems apparent that your music was upsetting.
I do not
Yeah, he
think,
just flips you off and goes back to his drink.
I don't think that
Perhaps
that man
that will
liked the
ensue some
performance
trust
of the
for you.
amazing Bilge.
I'm like, I promise my next performance will be better.
He rolls a one.
He's not paying attention to you.
I will kind of move a little bit to where I can keep my eyes. I will change my face.
Does he do anything whenever I look at him?
He looks at you weird. That's
Is he out by himself?
He has another friend at the table who's
Yeah,
passed
he must
out.
have really hated that
Oh,
song.
it was more like you went.
Right, he just hears the ding ding, and he got to stop.
He probably didn't even
Quit
see you choking on the
No.
harp. He just thought that was the performance, was the choking in the. It's
I
like,
call it a joke harp. I don't know what you're
those
talking about.
fucking crazy turtle people. Fucking, it's like.
I'll at that I will put that away,
Dang it, Bilge.
and then
How's your drink?
I'll try the drink.
You take a sip. It's ale.
Okay.
It's
Did they put the fish wedge on it?
you find a little fish tail on the side.
Oh, cool. I'll take that.
It's basic ale. It's not like, oh wow, but it's not like, it's like
It's really
It's
good.
the average watered down ale.
you take a sip of your wine.
Oh,
And-
it's a sparkling.
I've been drinking it casually.
Right, but when you first took a sip of it, it's like you were expecting worse. It's rather good.
Like I really was expecting.
The shiny
the
cup
best.
really did work.
No,
Wow.
no. My guy was really expecting their better stuff to be rather disgusting. But hopefully less.
I wonder if the bartender will allow me to stay down here.
At this point, Garrett comes back over and he's like, "Are any of you gonna be getting a room for the night?" or-
Would you mind if I just stayed down here? I don't really require a bed.
Not?
Sweet. At that point, I'm just gonna tower down.
How much is it worth?
I just like
I look over at him before he can do that. I say, I would prefer if you at least stand outside the door of the room I'm going to get.
okay. No.
And I will say, I will take one room, Garen.
All right.
How much?
That'll be a silver for the night.
I dig through my pouch, give him a silver.
Give him a fishtail.
I finish my food, and then at some point,
That'll be a silver.
And I'm gonna go stand outside his room and just stare.
All right. Oh, there.
I will.
And he goes and he gives you each a key and he says, yours is the first one on the left, yours is the second.
How many silver are in a gold?
10. I can make change if you like.
Well, I gave you gold.
So
He hands you back the 9 silver for the change.
so since I appear to have made a hostile crowd, I'm going to turn in early.
Y'all hear that weird like
Choking
dingle
no.
noise and then someone started choking? I don't know what that was.
It was nothing. I think one of the passed out patrons woke up and then choked on his drink.
Make a deception check.
And I say nothing, and I gather my things.
What's deception? I don't know what that is. Oh,
That's
there it
your
is.
skills. There you go.
All right. So 5 plus 2. Wait, no, I don't have the proficiency in that.
I think that was.
So the thing on here is 2. I got a 5.
So you add those together. And then you told me that number.
7.
You say that and he's like, doesn't sound right.
It really didn't whenever
But
it happened.
He doesn't see you with like instruments or anything, so he's just like, all right.
I think it was
Now, I will
that
say
guy
I do
who
have the
started to
bagpipes,
throw the glass at
so
him.
he would see those. I don't know if he knows what those are though.
He sees him, he's like, what's that?
I was like, I think it was that guy who was going to throw the glass at him.
Make a deception check, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. That's 21.
All right, you say that and point at the guy that was trying to throw the cup. He jumps
Sounds
up,
legit.
David, I said quit making trouble. And he just runs and he just goes back to his drink.
I told you.
All right, I'm now leaving.
without saying anything else, going to my
And
room.
then I stand outside of his door,
Have a
just
good
kind of.
nap.
I go stand outside of his door, just kind of stand there.
Make sure you finish your second drink first.
Oh yeah.
What
he did-
time would you
he did
like
bring
to-
you both 2 drinks?
What time would you like to wake up?
I'm already have walked away. So,
Yeah, but I followed you.
which is fine.
So in other words, there's still a drink sitting there on
Right.
yes, full.
So I finished drinking my drink, and I look around to one of the other patrons.
Did you follow me?
Yes.
So that means you're there by
Obviously-
yourself.
Yeah, obviously not the douchebag who was going to throw the glass.
David.
Dang it, Dave!
And I try to decide which of them might be the most talkative out of them.
Make
So I will roll
I just
what,
imagine
insight?
it's-
yeah, make an insight check.
I just imagine it's dead silent in this bar, and you just hear us
11.
mumbling over the corner.
What'd you get?
11.
Well, there's David.
Still on.
There's 3 passed out dudes,
Oh yeah.
I thought there was another.
and then there's another guy sitting at a table off by himself in like the corner, and he looks
It looks
kind of
like it.
shady, but that's really all you can get. He looks shady.
So I bring the
Glass, a full glass over, and sit down next to him and pass the
Okay.
glass to him.
Clark uses too much energy.
While I have the other glass I'm still drinking.
He like fails at it. That's why I'm
He
like, what did he just say?
Looks up at you. He appears elven in nature. He's got long blonde hair with a cloak hood up, and he just kind of reaches out, holds it towards him.
Hey, stranger.
Thank you.
Well, since we're the only two conversationally eligible people here, I
Oh,
do not wish to be
thank you.
alone.
Okay.
I figured we could probably use this as a finish drink.
Thank you very much. He pulls down his cloak. Like I said, long blonde hair. He's got like green eyes. It's like is it something I can help you with?
No, just conversation.
Alright. Takes a sip of the drink.
So, as you say, like around here, new to the area.
Well,
I
feel like I'm
generally
listening to
hang in the
people
forest and I like people that abuse them and seem to probably enjoy those same traits.
well, I actually haven't been in this town very long, but I am from the woods. I go out there and I hunt and I come here to sell stuff. I'm just in town for the night.
We're getting ready to let's go hunt kobolds.
I thought it was goblins.
Goblin? And whatever, they're all the same to me.
So the fly about that. That's not my thing.
Yeah, whatever I can do money in. Whatever brings home the money.
I know that feeling.
So, what other towns do you know?
I really just hang out in the woods around here. I don't go very far.
Anything to worry about in the woods around here?
Well, there's the occasional owl bear in the woods, but other than that, not a whole lot. Other than, the goblins.
Where would the goblins be at? Since we're gonna go looking for them. You know where they're at, that would be helpful.
I haven't heard a whole lot about the goblins, just that they're an issue, but
You haven't seen tracks or signs of them.
no, they
Stay away from
wait. I'll get something real quick. Just have to find a direction. It says all I know is that located to the south of here, but that's all I've got.
I really haven't been in the south, so.
And I stay to the west.
Okay. What brought you into this area? Half an hour.
Well, I was born in the woods a little ways from here. And I just made my way, found this town, and they're friendly enough around here, so I hunt nearby, bring back meat and furs and stuff and sell them.
Looking at him, so is he elven or half elven?
You hear something like wood elf.
Oh, yeah. So your drink.
Oh well, thank you very much.
Pick it up. I go to my room. And not as I turn it.
You go to your room. You see his door with him sitting outside of it. He
Just standing.
Well, you're just kind of standing there, leaning against the door. He looks asleep. Like
And when I walk past, I wave my hand in front of his
What?
you, as you're standing there, you see him walk by, look up at you, just kind of
Do you
do that
require
in front of
something?
your eyes.
Do you require something?
As you
I
do
might
that,
know more what you are.
as you do that, you see his eyes were like where they usually have a red glow. They were out, and as soon as you wave your in front of his eyes, he just kind of comes back up, lights turn on. He's looking right at you.
Some people call me Warforged. Most people actually.
All right, you keep going. I'll
I can listen if you something.
What?
I can listen if you want.
Most people call me Warforged. At least that's what they call my words.
How do you guys come about?
Built. I don't know. I did not quite remember the creation process. It was a good while ago, and I've had other things I've been doing. But I do know we were built.
Okay, well, hopefully you were built strong.
For all I fought in wars.
So, have fun standing there in oblivion.
I will,
And
thank
I
you.
Open the door and go.
I will, thank you.
You go in your room. In the room, there's a bed. There's like a little table and a
I
stool.
walk over, I sniff the bed and see how
And that
stale
might be a lot of weight.
depth it is.
It's not a very comfortable bed, but it's
I wasn't worried about the comfort. I assumed it was going to be a shit bed. I just wanted to know how badly it smelled.
smells like multiple people have slept on it, but it smells like it gets washed.
So I begrudgingly lay down in bed, don't be disgust, but it's what I have to have.
Just for the record, I do not sleep on the bed. I sleep on the floor,
There you go.
and I turtle up.
To the power!
You all go to sleep.
And after 6 hours, after like 8 hours have passed, or like a long rest, I'm gonna wake up, be like, just slam on the door.
You are awoken at a little past sunrise by your door going.
Okay, I'll go. And I'll say, "Who is it?
It is time to wake up. We have many things to do today.
You're right there." And I will prepare myself.
And then I walk over to the other guy, and then I walk over to Zonak's room. And
You are also awakened by a loud slamming sound on your door.
What?
it is time to awake. We have many things to do today.
Yes, one of them was sleeping.
That is no excuse.
Eventually, I
am
will.
not a inanimate object as you are.
I have given you the proper 8 hours.
After everything, I get ready and I go
And oh, that's right. You don't have to pick your spells. You just can pick from. Okay. So I'll get cleaned up as best I can and head down to the common room.
You see him come out of his room.
I've also gone. I will go.
Yeah, I spruce myself up whatever I can with comb my hair.
Eventually,
Make
you
sure
all
everything looks proper.
eventually all meet up in the main tavern room.
Off to the mayor's.
Tell me when you eat first.
I do not require assistance.
I'm not hungry.
Well, can I get some breakfast, please?
Garen comes over. Yeah. What can I get you? I got let's see, usual breakfast items. I got some potatoes. I got some eggs. I got
And
some
the
bacon.
eggs got oil.
I got some sausage.
Egg, sausage, and bacon.
All right, that'll be.
And will you please mix them all up? And one of those glasses of wine.
All right, that'll be about 5 cents.
I give him a gold piece. And I was like, and keep the rest for later.
All right, thank you. Puts the golden pouch, goes into the back room, brings you a glass of wine. Tastes like the same wine as last night. And
Is it the shiny cup again?
it is.
Oh, the shiny cup.
It appears to be freshly shined.
The clean cup.
And then a few minutes later, he brings you a plate with sausage, eggs, and bacon, all mixed up. Says, here you go.
Thank you.
Anything I can get for either of you?
Do you have any beetles?
Do you actually have oil or some more grease or something?
I can get some more grease.
Yay!
I can look outside for some beetles. I don't really keep.
Don't go to all that trouble.
Sausage. Let's shape it into a beetle.
Beetle
You know
sausage.
what?
This is a beetle sausage.
I believe the world needs new ideas and bold actions. So yes, I will try your beetle-shaped sausage.
What is this? Beetle trump?
All right,
Or
Beetlejuice. It's Beetlejuice.
that'll be a silver.
It's Bilge Trump and his
I'll give
new
him the silver.
deals.
Thank you. And the grease, I guess, silver.
I hand him a gold piece.
Like a bunch of grease.
I'll just have change, please.
Oh, okay. He hands you 9 silver.
Yay.
All right, I'll get those out.
Transaction process.
He comes out after a little while with a plate with about 10 beetle-shaped little sausage patties about that big. Hands it to you, and then he hands you a bowl of what appears to be the grease from the sausage.
Hooray. And then I do the whatever process I go.
I don't watch that because that's disgusting.
Ah.
Meanwhile,
I'm actually interested. I'm kind of hoping he's going to get better at this.
I will eat my beetle-shaped sausages.
I want to know more about this thing that I have no idea about.
I don't know if I would smear it on myself,
But I'm
or if
not
I actually
obvious.
like intake it into my body and it like
Not obvious about
disperses it throughout my body or something.
You watch him take this bowl of grease and just kind of pour it into his mouth, and you can kind of watch it go over parts of him, and then it just kind of like drips out.
And
a little
well,
bit at the
then
end.
he's like about to drip off. I'm like, no. Like, put
You
it
just,
somewhere else.
like every now and then you'll see one little drop forming, and him go with it. And he appears to just be like coating himself in grease.
No,
This doesn't work. I
There's a
heard.
look of disgust on my face.
I
As
told
there should be.
you shouldn't watch it.
Right, you are all awake. You have eaten. You've been lubricated, and you're ready to take on the
I have
day.
not been properly lubricated.
Would you like some
That can
grease?
that can always be arranged.
Is there any
We can get you some grease. Then.
prostitutes of that nature?
Oh no, they're all Warforged.
Because first you must smother this bacon grease all over you before we can do it.
I'll get a whole bathtub of grease.
I'm just waiting patiently for
Yeah, so I get up, I adjust everything, make sure everything.
And we're gonna go head out to the mayor's house.
All right, I'm ready.
I hope I just break down the door next week. Like,
You begin making your way to the mayor's house, and I think that'd be a good place to stop for now until other people are here and can be introduced into the game.
how much time has passed? 4:20. We started at like noon, right?
when we started making the character. Yes.
I thought we were supposed to be here at 1.
I didn't think you were going to be here at all. Otherwise, I would. You called me and said I can't play. Otherwise, I would have.
Well,
I would have
was
told
saying
you.
that I don't think I was going to be able to, but I'm hoping they're going to start like in the mornings and stuff. The time for my overtime. Exactly.
But the normal time, unless he changes it, is like 1 to 5. So. All right, cool. So, you keep track of XP?
Yeah, but you didn't really do anything to earn XP. So.
All right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna leave my character here.
Yeah, it'd be easier to just leave the characters here instead of
Almost done. Coming here.
instead of trusting me to keep track of them because there's a large chance that they will get lost. I'm bad at things.
Yeah, the characters
So
already
if
working
you
out
lose
great.
the book with the campaign in it, we should not feel surprised.
No, I will not lose these. I paid $50 for them. I'm not gonna lose the
I
book.
bet it's like as soon as we get done with the album, we're gonna see a flyer to go to Great Hawk.
$50 a book, or like $50 for
A book.
you know how to get
Oh, yeah,
there.
they're crazy expensive.
What? Yeah, popular game. They made a lot of money on it.
If you go to Miniature Market, you can get it for $37.50.
Oh yeah. You?
New.
Totally wrong with it.
Oh, if you can, yeah.
You ever heard of a game called Paranoid Cow?
Yeah.
You ever played?
No.
It was, so when that game would be the best is when you got like Sean and Jim and several people that all want to settle scores.
I see.
It is pretty fun. So the whole concept of this game, Paranoid, is you actually make a character and you get 10 characters that are all exact copies of themselves. Okay. And as you go up in experience, all 10 characters go up. So I have literally seen it where people have lost 7 characters before they even start.
What?
In the generate, because stuff will happen like, so like when you're rolling random generation stuff, you'll be like, oh, your character got caught with an item above his security rating, so you got terminated. But the whole concept of this game really is to get other people in trouble with the security force. So everybody's got to